Hello everyone, I hope you guys are all having a fabulous day today. Today I'm coming at you with a review, and the piece that I will be reviewing is the Louis Vuitton Pochette Metis. And I decided to add a little bit of a spin to this review. Normally I give you guys, a quick overview of the piece, some pros, some cons, and then ultimately whether or not I recommend the bag. And I still will be doing that, but I decided to include some mod shop videos, some mod shop pictures, either in between or in the middle of this video or at the very end, just so you guys can see what it looks like on my body frame. And for reference, I am 5'5" and I am on the curvilicious side. All right, so let's get started. Before I forget, the measurements on this beautiful bag are 9.8 inches in length, 7.5 inches in height, and approximately 3.5 inches in depth. This bag features the monogram canvas, and that is actually the only print that you can get this bag in. It has a little bit of vachetta. You have a vachetta on the front, a little tab. You have two vachetta tabs plus D-rings on either side, and then you also have a vachetta strap on the very top. And the reason why you have these D-rings on the side is because this bag is actually a crossbody bag. So it comes with an adjustable all canvas strap. So that is really, really nice for a very, very carefree way to have a crossbody strap. And then on the back side, you have a zippered compartment, and the zippered compartment here says Louis Vuitton. And this bag retails for $16.50 here in the States. Okay, so now that we talked about those details, let me give you guys some of the pros that I think that this piece has. First and foremost, I love the fact that this bag is so versatile. I love the fact that if I wanted to carry it like a little briefcase, I can do that. It's very classy, very chic. It's very, very cute. I can do that. Or I can use the adjustable and removable crossbody strap, and I love that. Or I can use this not necessarily crossbody. I can use this on my shoulder. There's just so many different ways that you can use this bag. And as I said before, it does have the 7 grommets for the 7 settings for the adjustment. And I tend to carry mine on the last adjustment here, just because I like the way how it lays. And I forgot to tell you guys that the strap drop, if I was to put this on the bag, is actually 21 inches on the last setting here. But yes, so versatility. I love the fact that it's versatile. Another great thing I have to say is the fact that I am hands-free. I have told you guys in the past that I am not one for bandolier speedies, or I really don't look for, crossbody bags. It's not something that that I've had in my collection before. And I really think that this bag is a major game changer for me, and that's because in the past, if you would have asked me 2 years ago would I ever carry a crossbody bag, I would have said, heck no, not for me. I don't like them. But after having owned this bag, I can appreciate why being hands-free is so magnificent. I mean, I can go shopping and I don't have to worry about the crook of my arm, or I don't have to worry about just one hand solely, holding onto a bag. And I love that. You know what I mean? I mean, you just have freedom with crossbody bags in general, not necessarily just the Pochette Metis. Another thing that I really like about this is the fact that, as I told you guys in the beginning, it has minimal vachetta. So usually when it comes to Louis Vuitton pieces, the monogram pieces tend to have quite a bit more vachetta, and sometimes you have to worry about what you're wearing, or what the weather is like. Can you wear it out, can you not? And I feel that even though this does have a larger vachetta handle here on the top, the fact that you have the adjustable crossbody strap that you can put this on, and you don't necessarily have to carry it this way, makes for this bag to be, in a sense, carefree. So I don't have to worry too much about water spots, or well, I guess you still have to worry about water spots if it's raining or something like that. But for the most part, I don't have to worry about how I'm holding onto this because I have this extra strap here, and so the minimal vachetta is a major win. So I can sport a monogram without having to worry about how I'm going to ruin the vachetta, because sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but I've babied my monogram pieces because of the vachetta that it has on them, and another thing that I'd have to say is the fact that this bag allows me to carry pretty much all of my daily essentials without a problem, with the only exception that I cannot fit my Louis Vuitton cosmetic pouch in here, the PM pouch, because it's a little bit thicker, it's a little bit fatter than the compartment gives. I mean, I can do that, but then, if this gets a little bit bigger, then it takes room away from this. So when that happens is I actually take out some of the items from my Louis Vuitton cosmetic pouch and I put them inside of my mini pochette, and then I'm able to just put them in there without a problem. But pretty much all of my essentials fit in here, and I love the fact that this bag is a little bit more, I'm able to go compact, but not compact to the the point that I have to pick and choose what I'm carrying, you know, with me, because usually, as you guys know, when you go compact, you look at all your essentials and you're like, okay, what do I not have to carry today? Or what, you know, you have to pick and choose. And I love that. I love the fact that I don't have to pick, you know, out of either carrying just a small card case and just a small clay and just my 6 key. I can carry pretty much everything. My sunglass case, my mini pochettes, my round coin purse. I mean, there's just so many things that fit in here. I'm also able to fit a full-size wallet in here. I fit it on all 3 compartments without a problem, and I love that as well. And I actually tend to use the back pocket for my phone. I don't know why I put it in there. I usually have the zip pocket completely open when I'm carrying this, but it's up against my body. Or if I have, you know, if I have larger bills and a smaller wallet, I usually put them back here because it's up against my body, and I don't have to worry that when you open it up, you'll be able to see it, you know. But once again, you're able to see everything at a glance, and I love that. I've told you guys about, you know, how I talk about being able to see things at a glance, because for me, it's a major, major plus, you know. So I really, really like that feature. I mean, I could talk about this bag till I'm blue in the face, but it has made my top 5 bags. It was one of my most used bags in 2015. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful bag. So those are some of the pros. I know I got a little carried away. Okay, so now let's talk about the cons, because it does have 2 cons in my opinion. The first con that I have to talk about is the fact that this is actually my second Pochette Metis. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because when I first bought it, I used it for quite some time, and I noticed that I started to have a little bit of cracking on the varnishing here. So whenever you start to notice that there's a little bit of a cracking on the varnish, you want to make sure that you take it into Louis Vuitton as soon as possible, because what will happen is over time, if you don't take care of it, that crack will eventually get into the canvas. And once the canvas cracks, there is absolutely nothing that you can do. So I did have a crack in the varnish, and I took it into Louis Vuitton, and you know, they said that they would repair it. And I think it was after a week or 2, I can't even remember, they contacted me, and they said that Louis Vuitton corporate said that it would be cheaper for them to give me a brand new Pochette Metis than for them to fix the problem that I had on mine. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But regardless, I thought that was nice. And a lot of people that purchased the Pochette Metis last year, I mean, you guys know that this bag created such a buzz last year. They started to notice that a lot of their bags started to have the varnish cracking here because of the way that it opens. So the fold would constantly do that, you know, so it'll start to crack. So, you know, some people did buy this bag 2-3 times and they still noticed that. So regardless, even though this is my second Pochette Metis, I haven't had any problems with the varnish whatsoever on either side. It still looks pretty much brand new, but I thought I would bring that up because that was actually the #1 complaint that people had with the Pochette Metis, that it had the cracking. So once again, I just thought I'd bring it up. I haven't had any issues with it since then, and regardless, I just, you know, I like to talk about everything when it comes to a review, you know, whether it's the good or the bad. I just feel that you guys should have all of the facts. And for me, the only other con, so this bag has 2 cons in my opinion, is the S-Lock. A lot of people aren't a fan of the S-Lock because they feel that it's a little too fussy. Sometimes the locking mechanism doesn't allow the piece to lock properly, or you're not able to get inside of your items very quickly. And obviously you want to make sure that your items stay secure inside of all of your handbags, right? So it kind of takes that, you want to make sure you have that peace of mind. And I haven't had any issues with this second one. I haven't had any issues at all. I'm able to, you know, pop it open with ease, and I'm able to close it with ease. But the first one that I had was a little bit fussier, and it just felt that it wasn't as secure as it should have been. It definitely wasn't as secure as this one is. So I just thought I'd mention that as well. And I also have to say that I feel that the S-Lock tends to scratch a little bit easier than most other Louis Vuitton closures. And which is really funny because this little guy right here, you guys see that little white dot? That's actually the one that goes inside of this little compartment there. And even though this isn't hardware against, you know, rubbing up against hardware, even though this it actually feels like it's plastic, a little plastic bubble, a little plastic piece right there, it actually tends to leave hairline scratches on the S-Lock. And my previous Pochette Metis actually had quite a bit of scratches, and they both had that little white dot. So, you know, it might tend to scratch a little bit more than you'd like, but regardless, I thought I'd mention that. And I think that might take away the joy from, you know, from what this bag looks like overall, because if you have to constantly think about, am I scratching the piece? Am I scratching the piece? It's not going to be a joy for you to be able to wear the bag without having to think about that. So, you know, I know, you know, once I got it, once I started using it a few times and I started to see the hairline scratches, I just said, okay, you know, am I going to just kind of get over it and still be able to use it and enjoy it? And if I do, then I have to just kind of get that out of my mind. So I just thought I'd bring it up again, just, you know, just to give you guys as much information as possible. That way, you know, what if it's a deal breaker for you guys to have that many scratches on the hardware? It kind of reminds me of the Eva clutch in the Demi Ebene with the Inventor plaque on the front. You know, some people don't really like it. Some people love it. I personally liked mine, but it's because it scratches easily, and once you start to see the scratches, some people are just completely turned off by it on their hardware. So again, I just thought I would mention that. But those for me are the only two cons. But ultimately, do I recommend this bag? Absolutely. I feel that the pros definitely outweigh the cons on this bag, and it definitely is, as I told you guys in the past, I feel that this bag is a game changer for me. Will I start to only look for crossbody bags in the future? Probably not, but I can definitely appreciate crossbody bags and what they bring to the table and how liberating it is to not have to worry that you have to carry your bag. You know what I mean? I love that. And especially, I have to mention that one of my girlfriends, she has one, and she has little kids, and she likes it because she's able to hold on to her kids while still being able to rock her Louis Vuitton. So, hey, I think that's a major, major plus. But definitely recommend this. And as of right now, I have had some sales associates say that they are discontinued. Some sales associates say that they are still available. I don't know. It all depends on who you talk to, I guess. But if you guys have the chance to get this piece, and if you're thinking about getting this piece, I highly, highly recommend it. I mean, it has made, as I told you guys before, it has made my it has made my top 5 bags, my top 2015 bags, because it's just such a joy to wear. And I think it's cute. So I will make sure and add the mod shots at the end of this video. I was just thinking about that while I was doing this. I was going to put it in the middle of the video, but I figured, hey, what the heck? Let's put it at the very end so you guys can take a glimpse as to how it looks on my body frame. So the pictures might be a little, they might not look so good, but regardless, I'll try to put them in there. But that does it for my review, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope I was able to help out. And I know I've had a few people ask me to do this review, so I'm sorry it took so long, but I did it. I finally did it. But there we go, you guys. So the Louis Vuitton Pochette Metis. All right, you guys, so I might see you later this week. I haven't decided yet, but if not, I will see you on Monday with another Minx Monday Q&A. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not. The choice is yours. Have a great day, you guys.